Hooray! Okay. Spike seems a little different. By that, Span Snarker. Twilight gathered all her friends together for a private meeting to ask them if they noticed anything in Spike's behavior, and each one of them to share their stories. A wary pattern begins to emerge. Okay, let's start. Shh, not so loud. Right. Are we all here? Twilight asked urgently. She drew a blinds in the room map and checked the room. Oh, are we having a secret party? I love parties. Pinkie Pie stated loudly and rather obvious. As multitude of colorful balloons and shrouds of sticky string confetti literally fell from her mane. No, we're not having a party. You're picking those things up before you leave. Twilight slowly frowned at the hedonistic equines. I don't know. Hedonistic? Equine before returning to her scheduled agenda. Now, let's get let's get to the point. Have any of you noticed any changes in Spike the last few days? The answer would be a good old nope. Try. Why? Has he shed his skin or something? Oh. Um, the answer would be a big old nope. Try. Why? Did he shed his skin or something? Rainbow Dash answered forward thoroughly. Forthly. Furly. Her bind legs resting on Slevin on the table. Slovenly on the table. Hold on. Give me a second here. Okay. I'm still getting used to his wings, but it's been, what, 6 months now? If that doesn't fit your description of change, darling, then no. Rarity was somewhat bothered by her neighbor, Rainbow Dash, slubbliness, but Twilight, unlike Twilight, was not in a confidential mood. Can't say I have, Twilight. Well, I could say it's a pose. That wouldn't be a truth, but y'all know how I feel about lying, don't you? Applejack was honest as ever, and also half asleep from hard days on the field before she was expectantly summoned along with the others. um, I. Fluttershy was somewhat predictably the quietest among them, and looked like she had something on the tip of her tongue but couldn't quite enunciate the words. Fluttershy, if you want to tell us anything, just know now is the right time. Just relax, take a deep breath, and then say what's on your mind. Twilight knew the trademark nervous look from her yellow Pegasus friend all too well, and gently tried coaxing coaxing her out of her shell. I, it's really nothing. I'm sure nothing to worry about at all. Instead of reassuring her, Twilight attempt to calm Fluttershy down seemed to have a reverse effect, especially all eyes all in her direction. I do have a question for every pony, though, if that's okay to ask. Of course, Fluttershy. The floor's yours. Go ahead. Twilight sat back down, reversely the role of the role of head speakers temporarily. Thank you. It's about Spike, and I'm not sure how relevant it is to what we're doing, anyways. But I want to know from all of you is take your time, Fluttershy. You can do it, Cube. You got this, darling. Come on, Shy, spit it out. 3 feet and 8 inches. 250 pound and single for now. Oh fuck! I'm sorry. Hold on. Has Spike approached any of you in the past week and asked to be, and I quote, your personal protector? Usually, I think he was just joking when he said he found my innocent, irresistible, calling me his waifu, and started reciting love poetries outside my cottage in early hours, keeping me and my birdies awake. It's then I thought, that's not like him at all. I would have said that to his face, but I didn't want to be rude. Fluttershy at last responded to her friend's rousing encouragement, but it had to be quite a titanic struggle against her usual private nature. As she recovered her strength, though, her shock revelation sent a rising murmuring around the table amongst every pony else present. And before long, memories were being jogged, mental flashbacks were played out, and there was much more credible than the Twilight initial inquiry. Now that you mention it, a a now fully alert Applejack pushed her stepson upwards and slightly to address the group, a sure sign that she was deadly serious. Spike did kind of pop the other day to request to be adopted by us apples, like you. We thought he was kidding and sent him on his way with a chuckle, but then he said something to effect of his hidden OC he wanted to try out. I practically insisted. I just told him to wait on the orchard. Don't know what happened after that. He just went home, I suppose. Oh, this is country. Okay. No, he didn't. He just came to see me. I think he said he wanted to be my drinking buddy as soon as I was off duty with the bolts. Offered me to treat to the first round. Rainbow Dash stretched the back of her heads. Fuck me, God. The back of her head with her hoof now firmly returning to the ground as she contemplated had the tourism incident. Anyways, I just told him it wasn't cider season. He gave me a nod and wink and told me he wanted to try something stronger. Then I got freaked out and flew back to Cloudstay to fed tank. Really, darling? His contract of late has been most unacceptable. It was now Rhodey's turn to present her side of spiked appearance with a Rational's character chef. Unsurprisingly, she hadn't held back. He keeps apologizing to me over and over again for breaking my heart, falling for somebody else, and urging me to not be jealous. I wasn't even aware we had a kind of relationship, but then the sorry letters, the candles, the flowers, dozens of them arriving day after day, after so many of them, in fact, all helps. mishaps up by my front door. They block my regular from getting in. I very well bankrupt because of a little love affair that never happened. You think you have it rough, Rudy? He's been training me with. Oh, you think that's rough, Freddy? You think that's rough, Rares? He's been threatening me with property damage since last weekend, telling me that I'm breaking the fourth wall in his nick now, and I gave some creature else a chance. I keep telling him to expect a whooping great bill from the cakes if he keeps making good on his promise. Then he asked me to not make him any more of my special cupcakes before walking away. What cupcakes? I don't even know how to. Anywho, now I got now I have Gummy on the guard duty outside Sugar Cube Corner every night. So far, so no demolitions activities detected. If it tries anything, there will be consequences. Pinkie Pie's demeanor had turned into unusual serious, but then returned unexpectedly, right, letting up in a instant tone. Oh, and rares. What is it, sweetie? Don't you don't if you don't want those candles from Spike, can I have them? They pretty please. Very interesting if you don't mind me saying so. Somewhat distracting. Disturbing, I'm sorry. Twilight had spent the intervening period pacing up and down the room in a great thought as her friends gave her their lengthy testimony before realizing it was her turn. Hold on. Yeah. Where was I? Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Well, seeing as how you were all candid enough to share your recent ex- experiences, I guess it would be wrong to not provide my own contribution regarding his huge personality shift. Late Spike of late has been rather curious, snarky, and petulant, petulant, irritable, and yes, what is it, Applejack? Toi? A visible confused, Applejack began to voice her points. The way you describe Spike, Rarity cut in the moment, exactly like him usual self. Rainbow Dash finished the argument all three of them seemed to agree with. Like they would. Read each other's minds. Spooky. Well, yes, while that may be true, a flustered Twilight fired back, trying to resize the mental of the conversation, but you don't understand. He never made this many sarcastic imps before. It's like every word of his mouth is a syllable Gibbs aim at me. My habitable reading, my neuroticism, my love for silverwares. I tell you, It's gotten to the point where I felt like I wanted to stuff him to do stuff to him. I've never heard him complain so much about scrubbing and washing a few steps either. If only a few hundred times or so. It shouldn't take him much less of an average afternoon to finish anything without any bathroom breaks. He acts like it's the end of the. Hey, where are you going? Where are you all going? Yep, sound like Spike, alright. Yep, sound like Spike, alright. And more Twilighting from the good old Twilighty. Pinkie Pie led the five other mares out, obviously rhyming to the Alicorn protest nearby. I was wondering what we all worry about. Perhaps his behavior lately has been something to do with the dragon puberty. I should do some research when I get home. Maybe we can do a group support. Shows she's not alone in this ordeal. Always the compassionate one. Fluttershy attempted to rationalize Spike as character change to a explicable hormone imbalance. Stop. You don't understand. He hasn't touched a gem or read a book in a. Also, I haven't told you the biggest side that he completely different yet. And they are gone. Great. Just great. Twilight had shrunk to her knees in despair before the sound of a little footstep scampering downstairs instantly drew her attention again. Who are you talking to this time? Purple horse, purple smart sun horse, moon butt bacon mane. Ah, well, you should know. Oh, no, not my usual closest friends in Ponyville, and like I mentioned previously, I don't even know any of these individuals are. Spike. Well, you should know they are much better than names given to them in canon. I mean, Faust is a genius. Even she can't get anything right. Anyways, now the five main six has left. I'd go back to my composing my latest magnum opus for my dear sweet Fluttershy. She might pretend not to be a head over heels for me, but she is cracking, I can tell. Especially when I bring out the loot. Oh, and Sparky. What is it now, Spike? I told you before, it's not Spike, it's Anon. I hate it. I hate it. I really do. Things, I hate it now. It reminds me of something very, very relatable. Yeah, very, very relatable. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, bye.